Welcome to Colts Talk by Chat Sports. Billy Beebe back with you. You guys enjoyed our video the other day when we displayed ESPN's offseason plan for the Indianapolis Colts. Today, it is my plan. Some extension of what was said the other day by ESPN. I have other thoughts. I have other plans for the Colts to have the, perfect offseason and get you ready for 2026. There's a lot the Colts can do. These are going to be recommendations from me, and of course, we will hear from you at the end of the show. We also have our subscriber shout-out. We do that often. You want to make sure you hit that sub button so we can do that. Let's get into it. This one not overly surprising. I know a lot of Colts fans are on board with this. I'm on board with this. Re-sign this gruesome twosome, this 1-2 punch. Daniel Jones, Alec, not Alex. I know a lot of people have kind of made that mistake in the comments. Alec Pierce. Get those two guys back for Indianapolis coming up this season. I know Daniel Jones is a hot debate. We've talked about it many times on this show. We'll talk about it many times more until they get a contract done. Had one good year in New York, one good year in Indianapolis, and has struggled in between. I think he's been through it all in the NFL, and I'm hoping he can finally put it together. I do think it's worth noting Adam Schefter thinks he'll be healthy by week 1. Obviously, a very difficult injury. He's got both the fibula and the ACL, so he's trying to come back from both. We'll get into more about his health later when we talk quarterbacks. For Pierce, you guys claim he's a 1. You didn't like that I said the Colts don't have a number 1 receiver. You feel Alec Pierce is that guy for the Colts. I'm all about bringing him back. I thought he had a good year last year. I thought he's gotten better over time, and that's what you want out of a wide receiver. He doesn't, struggle with injuries all that often. Feel like he'd be a good fit if you can find a good number. And, of course, he did note when we're talking about getting Jones and Pierce back, Alec Pierce said, getting Daniel Jones back will be a big reason of why you can get him back this offseason. So for my perfect offseason, get them both back. Figure it out right away. Always the best move, I think, is to get your guys back and then move on to the rest of free agency. Let's get into the one you may disagree with. A very difficult one. Even Aiden Priest, our producer here, had to give me a little something here like, are we sure we're doing this today? Yes. The Colts have multiple cut candidates on their team, right? A lot of guys whose contracts look like something that can be cut. Michael Pittman is, I think, is the prime option, right? You have a couple names, and we may get into them later in a different video. I think Michael Pittman is the guy to be a cut candidate. And I know, this is shocking. One good thing I really like about Michael Pittman, I think he's been reliable, and I think he's gotten better over time. You'll find that about me. I like that in a football player. Are you up and down, or just getting better? I think Pittman has gotten better. I think he's had nice moments. Solid stats from last season. 2 numbers you have to consider here. The first listed down below. If the Colts cut him before June 1st, it is a $24 million savings if released. They would save $24 million if they cut Michael Pittman. That is the first number to consider with this cut candidate. The second is the $29 million cap hit in 2026 on Pittman's contract. My thought, my question, however you want to put it. Yes, Michael Pittman is good. Yes, he's reliable. Yes, he has made plays. Is he $29 million good? That's what you kind of have to ask yourself with Michael Pittman. Again, not only are you going to not save the 24, but you're going to take the cap hit of 29. I think a strong cut candidate here. Or, what do they say? The cap's not real or salary cap's not real. Figure something out. Make it happen. We'll see what happens there with Michael Pittman. And watch for a future cut candidate video. The Colts have multiple options there, so we will get to those. Next up, maybe something you wouldn't have thought of. Maybe something you don't put much emphasis on or feel the Colts need to do. I'm going to disagree with you there. They have to get a strong backup quarterback. You say, well, they've got Riley Leonard. That is not your strong backup quarterback. I like what Riley Leonard did at times last year. I liked him in the draft enough. What I will say is I don't think Riley Leonard is a long-term, even backup NFL quarterback, in my opinion. I don't think he's overly great at any one thing, which usually raises a red flag for me. He's got solid size, can move his legs, and smart enough to get the ball where it needs to go at times. However, there is a scenario here, people, where the Colts begin the season without Daniel Jones. It doesn't seem likely. Everybody seems pretty confident, but there is a scenario where they start the season without Daniel Jones, and there's probably, a 30, 40, 50% chance they have to go to a backup at some point next season. We've seen that many times for the Colts over the past, I'll just say the Chris Ballard era. There's no reason to believe that Riley Leonard won't have to play at some point next season. Or you look at what happened this past year. Daniel Jones goes down, and they don't want to lose the season, so they go to Phil Rivers. Let's not do late season Phil Rivers. Let's get a strong quarterback too. Now, before we get to those options, I do want to note, I know a lot of you may say, well, what about Anthony Richardson? I don't know. Aren't we kind of done there? It seems like the front office is done. Seems like the fan base is done. Possibly another video to jump into at some point, but I'm not considering Anthony Richardson to be a strong, again, we're talking about a strong number 2 quarterback. Options, ideas, names for that number 2 job. These are guys that can stay healthy, be reliable, even benefit to your quarterback room. Like, you want Joe Flacco around. You want Jimmy Garoppolo. I would trust Jimmy Garoppolo to win me a game. If I had to get in the playoffs or even make a run, I would trust Jimmy Garoppolo enough to throw him in there. Dangerous. Who knows? Just going through your options. These are the stats from the games these guys started. I know you did the Flacco situation. Wasn't all that great, but again, let's say you have to win, I don't know, go back to the Phil Rivers situation. You got to win 3 or 4 down the stretch. You want Flacco or do you want Riley Leonard? Who do you have more confident could get it done for you? So a strong, I'm saying strong number 2 quarterback is something the Colts need to get. Shout out to the recent subscribers here on Colts Talk by Chat Sports. A lot of people jumping in the channel, sharing with other Colts fans, finding the benefits of subscribing, getting those videos, getting those shorts, getting notified when the videos come your way. So shout out to Damian, Liza, Grandmaster, Melvin, TJ, everybody here. I know we got a long list. Tony, I saw, was commenting on the videos the other day, so we love our new subscribers. And we're looking to hit 1,000. A bunch of new channels rolled out for Chat Sports. We want to show the bosses that the Colts fan base is the best in the NFL. Best way to do that is to hit 1,000 subs quick, so let's make sure to do that. Finishing out my perfect offseason plan with our final 2 sections here, the NFL draft. And I understand you don't have the first-round pick. Maybe some of you are still salty about that. However, there has been recent success by multiple franchises from rounds 2 to 7, specifically. You should not call the draft a loss because you don't have a first rounder. I don't think Chris Ballard shouldn't be thinking this way, and I don't think he is. However, I'm putting more emphasis, more pressure on getting those picks right. Not only do you have more time, you have a whole another day because you can watch what happens in the first round, assess, and make your moves in rounds 2 through 7. I'm not giving the Colts a pass on this draft just because they don't have a first rounder. I want O-line, and I think just want to throw some names, 2 names for you guys there. We did put, that on our needs and whatnot during the free agency targets. I think the draft specifically, again, rounds 2 through 7, that's a great spot to go and get O-line, in my opinion, and get some guys that either can develop or even play for you right now. Who knows? Dametrius Crownover, solid stats, good player. Again, I'm just throwing some names out there for you. A guy that could make a difference, a guy that played SEC football. You like that idea for him in the NFL. Another name to look after here. I'm going to try my best on the name pronunciation. Max Iheanachor. That is a guy, again, you get into rounds 2, round 3, round 4, even trading up into round 2, round 3, round 4. Get him on your roster, develop him if you're confident in that. Get these guys, they're both tackles, so get them at that right tackle position. And again, don't call the draft a loss. Next up, we've previewed this. You guys like this, so I wanted to mention it again. Edge in free agency. That's my goal. That's what I want for the Colts. I want a new defensive line. I want a fresh defensive line. I want to get after the quarterback. The benefit here, there are multiple names in the edge category, linebacker, defensive end, whatever, all that, that you can go get. High price, big splash, or hey, a little bit of a bargain bin, make a difference for you anyway, cheaper contract guy. I think you got options here. First option, of course, we've listed it for you before. Trey Hendrickson, the former Bengal. It'd be nice to have him and Lou reunited on that defense. spot track putting together the projected contracts there. So a guy like Hendrickson, yes, he wants 2 years and he wants $25 million a year. I think if he's healthy and ready to go, that's my number one guy for them to go get. More options down this list. Khalil Mack, just a 1 year, high money, but a 1 year, I think that could work for the Colts. Just get one guy, 1 year, see how he does. Joey Bosa, he's more in that 2 year, $30 million, $15 a year. Again, he played 15 games this past season for the first time since 2021, so you're hoping that is a step forward for him. And then if you want to go lower, less money, see what you can get out of him, you go for a guy like Haason Reddick. Stats solid for all these guys. I like what they did this year. Again, Hendrickson is a guy you're just like, okay, I hope you're healthy, ready to go for next season, and if you pay off if we pay you. But 4 options at edge, 4 different type of players, 4 different type of contracts. Find somebody that is going to do it for you and mix things up on the defensive line. Time to hear from you guys. Get on the show with us by getting down into the comment section. Name a player you want to sign or draft this offseason. I gave you my perfect plan. Talked about ESPN. I think you guys should join in and let us know down below.